Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us here in Montana This Morning. I'm Augusta McDonald.
And I'm Louis Stewart. Hope you're having a great start to your Friday. And I guess I have a prediction for this weekend.
A prediction?
Yes, I think that those ski slopes all over Western Montana ski slopes are going to be packed this weekend.
Good to hear.
Yeah, it's going to be another nice one. I mean, we've had a little bit of snow in the valleys all this week, but the mountains have been getting a lot of snow, and we're going to continue that for today and tomorrow. So if you like skiing and snowboarding, man, this is the weekend for you. And we still have winter weather advisories in place through 10 a.m. this morning. Anywhere in the purple there. Now, again, not a lot of snow is expected, but 1 to 2 inches could fall with some heavier bands, and that would just make for some slippery roads. So go ahead and check those road conditions. Maybe give yourself a little extra time as you are heading out the door this morning. Here's your forecast headlines. So yeah, active weather continues today and tomorrow with on and off snow showers for the valleys. More steady, consistent snowfall for the mountains. Warmer system moves in by Sunday, so we're talking about mountain snow, but the valleys changing over to a rain-snow mix and even some rain showers by Sunday afternoon, and then return to some colder winter temperatures by the middle of next week. We'll get into all these details here in a few minutes.
Alrighty, thank you, Louis. In Missoula County coverage this morning, Frenchtown School District leaders are denying that they ignored reports a high school music teacher was sexually assaulting students. That statement, contained in court documents filed this week, sets the stage for what could end up as a trial in federal court. MTN's Eric Clements has the details.
School district attorneys made that statement in response to a lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court in Missoula against the school district and Frenchtown Superintendent Randy Klein for the assaults attributed to teacher Troy Basher. The suit claims the district didn't stop Basher from harassing and groping the anonymous student named in the suit even after she complained. But the district's attorneys say they did investigate reports back in 2015 that a student was feeling uncomfortable around Basher, with an additional report last year. However, they say the defendants deny they failed to take measures to protect female students at Frenchtown High School, saying the assault claims are unsubstantiated. And they say there were no allegations against Basher as early as 2014 and deny multiple students reported uncomfortable or harassing behaviors from the teacher. The district also maintains its staff promptly and adequately investigated and responded to all allegations of harassment, bullying, and threats. And attorneys say the defendants lack sufficient knowledge and information about the student's distress and decision to leave the district, so they're also denying those allegations. However, the district does admit that Basher texted the student and others, played games with the girl on her smartphone, and friended her on the choir's Facebook page. The brief also addresses whether the student's name was shared on social media or bullied in the weeks after the case came under investigation by the sheriff's office, when people were rallying to the teacher's defense. The district also admits Klein wrote a letter to the student's parents saying, quote, "Mr. Basher did violate boundaries with your daughter," but said the district could not substantiate allegations of inappropriate sexual contact. The attorneys also say Klein sent a press release to the Missoulian, but claims it was the newspaper that decided to publish it as an opinion piece. Eric Clements, MTN News, Missoula.
Basher is also facing misdemeanor criminal charges in Missoula County. And on the Flathead, one driver was injured in a crash that happened near Whitefish yesterday morning. The crash happened at the intersection of U.S. Highway 93 and U.S. Highway 40 just before 9 a.m., causing roadblocks for nearly 2 hours. Trooper Brian Thorne with the Montana Highway Patrol says a Toyota RAV4 was headed north on US 93 before hitting a GMC utility van in the intersection with Highway 40. Thorne says both lights were yellow at the time and both cars tried to get through the light before hitting each other. The driver of the RAV4 was transported to North Valley Hospital in Whitefish with neck, knee, and shoulder pain. The driver of the GMC did not sustain any injuries. Trooper Thorne says this is a reminder of how dangerous these intersections can be.
Vehicles coming through. They're obviously going faster. Sometimes they can't slow down. And then, if you need to, you just can't enter the intersection once the light is red. But if you're already out there, make sure the other traffic is stopped before you go ahead and clear through.
Both roads were reopened yesterday afternoon and traffic was flowing normally. In court news this morning, the trial of a Flathead County official who is accused of killing trees at a public park near his Whitefish Lake home is delayed again. Flathead County Commissioner Phil Mitchell pled not guilty to felony criminal mischief last year after a county parks employee discovered 6 dead cottonwood trees next to Mitchell's home. Prosecutors say Mitchell admitted to pouring Roundup on one of the trees because they were, quote, a substantial nuisance. He apologized and offered to pay restitution or plant new ones. His trial is now scheduled for February 26th. Mitchell was elected to the Flathead County Board of Commissioners in 2014. He previously served on the Whitefish City Council. Top stories this morning. For a second day, President Trump is bringing his America First policy to the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. And though the president may want to focus on working out more favorable trade deals for the U.S., new information being reported in the Russia investigation may steal the headlines. Gavin Ramjan explains.
President Trump started his day in Davos immediately addressing news from home that threatens to overshadow his trip.
Fake news, folks. Fake news.
What's your message today?
Typical New York Times fake stories.
According to the New York Times, Mr. Trump wanted to fire special counsel Robert Mueller last summer, but chose against it after White House counsel Don McGahn threatened to resign. The president reportedly said Mueller, investigating Russian interference in the 2016 election, had conflicts of interest. The president's first meeting of the day was one that looked to potentially be an awkward one. Just a couple of weeks after allegedly using a profanity to describe people from African nations, Mr. Trump held talks today with Rwandan President Paul Kagame. Kagame is the incoming head of the African Union. The two, though, didn't hint at any discomfort.
It's an honor to have you as a friend. Thank you. Thank you very much.
President Trump wraps up his visit with a keynote speech where he's expected to tout his America First policy, a policy some leaders are hoping will soften.
Of course, it will be America First, but if you could add on, but not alone, but America First, and we need cooperation with the rest of the world or whatever, that could be nice.
The president also made news Thursday by threatening to withhold aid money to the Palestinians unless they resume peace negotiations with Israel. Gavin Ramjon, CBS News, London.
President Trump flies back to D.C. immediately after wrapping up his speech. Other top stories this morning, the White House proposed a framework for an immigration deal that includes a pathway to citizenship for 1.8 million people brought to the U.S. illegally as children. In exchange, the president wants billions in security funding, including $25 billion for the wall. Some lawmakers balked at that. Others saw the protection for dreamers to be a step in the right direction. Later today, the CDC is releasing its latest numbers in the growing flu epidemic. At least 30 children have died from the flu this season. Influenza is widespread in every state except for Hawaii. Joining us now in the Storm Tracker Weather Center, meteorologist Louis Dorch has our forecast. Louis.
All right, thank you, Augusta. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to your Friday. I have a couple pictures that I want to show for you here this morning. First, this was sent in to us by Colleen yesterday. She said they had a little bit of everything in Hamilton. A little bit of snow in the morning, then some blue skies, some dark clouds rolled in, some more snow during the evening time. So Colleen, thank you so much for this picture right here. And then one more sent in to us by Debbie. This is in the Darby area. What a fantastic photo. She said the peaks, we're peeking through the clouds there, down there in Darby. So Debbie, Colleen, thank you so much for these pictures. And everyone keep them coming. We have some more, and we'll get to those as we move throughout the morning. Quick look at those temperatures. 26 right now in Missoula, 19 Seeley Lake, 31 Kalispell and Thompson Falls, 29 St. Regis, 24 Sula and Salmon. We're at 30. Waking up this morning in Hamilton. And yes, we still have light snow showers moving through. And again, this is going to be the case for today. Light on and off snow showers as you roll throughout your Friday and into your Saturday. And then we're talking about another warm up by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So let's go ahead and look at this. Look at your temperatures using our jet stream forecast, because we're going to see really a roller coaster sort of temperatures over the next couple days. So here's a jet stream. It's dipped farther to the south. This is what bringing temperatures to average, slightly below average today's and tomorrow for upper 20s and lower 30s is where we're going to go with those high temperatures. Now, watch what happens as we roll into Sunday and Monday of next week. We'll stop this on Monday. Big ridge of high pressure forms out west. Warm air moves in. We're talking about highs on Monday getting close to 50 degrees. In southwestern Montana. Most areas will see 40-degree weather, and with this high pressure, we're going to get a break from the rain and snow on Monday with some fog in the morning, which we can expect during this time when we get high pressure, and especially with all that new snow on the ground. Now, after Monday, this is when we're going to start to see a pattern change. It's becoming more likely. Cold air is going to roll in on Wednesday, and then this is going to stick around through the beginning of February as this pattern looks to bring in colder air from Canada. So after this warm up by the beginning of next week, we're talking about highs dropping to below average by the middle of next week, and like I mentioned, that'll stick with us through the beginning of February. And you can see that on your 7-day forecast. So we'll keep temperatures in the lower 30s today and tomorrow in Missoula. 40s roll in by Monday, then lower 30s by Wednesday of next week. Kalispell, we'll see 30s today, tomorrow, Sunday. 42 on Monday, then lower 30s and upper 20s by Wednesday and Thursday. Hamilton, 33 today, 35 Saturday, 40s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday before we drop back into the lower 30s by Wednesday.
Alrighty, thank you, Lewis. Montana This Morning continues right after this break.